That's minimum.
That's right. Clandestine Live After Hours. We tested the system.
The system has
literally
been tested.
and figuratively. Clandestine Live, Global Healing, After Hours. How you feeling, guys?
All right.
Yeah,
I'm feeling the best I've ever felt.
Well, this is an emergency response.
Top 10.
You know, and we're bringing family and friends together. I want to thank our good friend, my family member, for teaching us, guiding us. And I look forward to coming up to the Dakotas and visiting Scotti. I look forward to gracing the stage with you and your family. We're going to groove along. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, give it up for Scotti Clifford!
You take away the ember from my flame as you drive, fleeting through the night, day and night. Laugh at me, being human. What is a human being? Stars fall out of the sky. They become you and I. Blood is the ink that never tells a lie. Please don't write. Don't write me out of your life. I chose you among the stars, of flesh and blood, born into your arms. Stars fall out of the sky. They become you and I. Stars fall out of the sky. They become you and I. Stars fall out of the sky. They become you and I. Blood is the ink that will never lie. Don't write me out of your life. We belong to the night.
The crowd goes wild.
Can you believe this, folks? We have a rock star on Clandestine Live with us.
All right, Scotti.
It's a real life rock
Scotti,
star.
man, you got some skills, as we said, man.
Yeah, just
Thank you for
I'm
blessing
hanging
us.
out like in the corner
Some
of
skills.
our living room. So, yeah, it's COVID, right? On Pine Ridge
We're
Reservation.
kind of in the same boat a little bit.
It's all like locked
Nice.
I'm
down.
always in the
So-
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Maybe in the
Scotti,
corner.
before we
Yeah.
we had our friends on earlier, and tell us, you know, as we go into this, tell us a little bit about what it was like to travel like you did, man. Tell us what the band's like. I know you literally wrote songs for indigenous. Everybody in Indian country is sort of indigenous, But you traveled
Oh yeah,
with Scotti Clifford and Spirits Cry, right? You also had Scotti Clifford and right. There's a few
yeah, yeah,
entities. So tell us,
yeah.
man, what was that like?
Um, well, when I was with Indigenous, I was pretty much a kid, and being exposed to like a lot of big names just blew my mind. And I think as a kid, I can't speak for the rest of the guys in Indigenous, but we didn't really realize, well, I didn't really realize, I should say, that we had all this stuff sitting right in our lap. And I didn't realize how big of a thing that was, because, um, like growing up on the res, you're really encouraged to be very, um, just kind of real. Like I don't want to say I'm so
Hmm.
humble because humble people don't
Well,
say they're
I belong
humble,
to a
right?
Facebook group called Way Too Resi. So
Oh, there
I
you
don't
Damn.
know
are.
if it humble,
Yeah.
but
Part of
So,
that too.
and
it's about being
so
real, bro.
yeah. So
Real eyes, right?
right. So I've been touring professionally since I was 13 years old, but now, Scotti Clifford and Spirits Cry, we were on a big tour almost a couple of years ago with Dispatch and Nako and Medicine for the People. We were at the Greek Theater and a bunch of big theaters like that across the country. And it was really cool because I had my 16-year-old daughter, Wachbe, and my 19-year-old son, Welby June, on guitar and bass. And I played guitar. And now they're 18 and 21 years old. And, we're still going. We're writing some music. Got some offers coming to record with some pretty heavy people. So, um, trying to do that, right? And keep our head above water because of not being able to gig or tour because of COVID. So it's been very interesting. It feels like the last year and a half to 2 years being on the road, it almost seems like a dream because the world isn't like that right now, right? And you can't.
Surreal. Well, Scotty,
Yeah,
Dave had some words for you, some special
sure.
words of encouragement.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day, brother.
Happy Father's Day.
Um, I don't know if Crow was a dad, but
Is that today?
yeah.
That was very
Yeah,
Well,
encouraging
you
words.
earned it,
Thank you.
very
Yeah.
encouraging, man. You know,
You feel encouraged yet?
Yeah, I'm encouraged to.
I'm pumped up over here.
Yeah.
well, thanks for blessing Clandestine
um,
Live, Scotty, with
yeah.
your energy, intent. You sang us a song,
Mhm.
man, and you're there in your family home. Tell us a little bit, if you will, express to people that you're in South Dakota. You're near. Hey, I could be funny. Let's watch. Hey, Run for the Stronghold, right? Remember
Yeah.
that movie and all these things.
Um,
Tell us, man. You're right there. I was living in the
yeah.
city, thinking about these
Uh-huh.
things, man, and a
Well,
giveaway and things like this and ceremony.
mhm. Yeah, well, the
Tell us what you
stronghold is
think.
literally like 5 miles from my front porch deck thing that
Mm.
just overlooks like the northwest of our home. And it was like thunder and lightning all evening. Couldn't do a sound check, so I'm here with an acoustic guitar, hashing it out. Um, but being here is like a real deal. Oglala Lakota Nation is on lockdown, definitely a curfew after 9 p.m. Only letting certain people on and off the reservation. I had my buddy Ezra Miller come last week, and I got in trouble for it with the aunties, and the unchies, the
oh,
grandmas.
rebels, man. Well, that's a
Yeah,
true
but
Lakota way.
but
Making
he
new ways.
quarantined
Well,
before he
Ezra was
came.
helping, wasn't he?
Yeah, he brought like a bunch of PPE, like I don't know, 10 to 15 grand worth of stuff. He had quarantined before he came here. We were doing all the whole procedures and protocols, and he took the COVID test early in January, and he's immune. And has the antibodies, and I was like, well, we have a bunch of antibodies here on the res, right? No, just kidding. But uh,
That's my new
anyway,
band name now. We're gonna do this
yeah,
punk project. Call it
yeah,
Antibodies.
yeah, Cano Sanchez and the
Well,
antibodies.
Scotty, are you working on new music right now?
Yeah, we're gonna be recording soon. Like I said, with some heavy hitters, and so we're just kind of gearing up for that. Um, Mahasani Toddy,
So awesome, bro.
um, she is Navajo, and so we're gonna go down to Navajo Nation here, and then so and spend some time down there before we start recording. And we have our
Well, we're gonna meet you over
7 month
there.
old
We'll be in
baby.
Shiprock and other neighborhoods.
Yeah,
So as you get
let's do
there, we'll
it.
be
Let's sync up.
visiting chapter houses with PPEs and
There you go.
music and good intent. So
Well, let me
definitely
know
gonna have
because
to
we'll
break some bread together and make an excuse to
absolutely.
jam.
So, yeah,
Well,
and
you know,
speaking of
clandestine
that,
live. Go ahead, Scotty.
well, no, well, I'm sorry. You should do what you're
No,
doing.
no,
You're the
it's definitely your floor at this moment, man. You just
um.
showed us that guitar. We're all
Well,
like in awe for a second.
yeah. Uh, so like, we're gonna go down and spend a few weeks with Toddy's family on Navajo Nation, and come back up and start recording again. But like I said earlier, I live in the
Awesome.
Badlands of South Dakota. You know the movie Thunderheart. It's pretty much just shot like right there, and the stronghold is 5 miles
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Um, Kano and
Wow.
I and Andrew talked last week about being, descendants of strong Lakota people and Cheyenne people, and we have good talks. Andrew and myself and Kano, Dr. Setyan, and we're making that relationship, and we're building that relationship more and more. And that was kind of, I guess that could be my segue. We were gifted a lot of things by Buddha, uh, and he was, you know, really wanted to share with Toddy and myself and Baby. So we got like a bunch of giveaway stuff. We were supposed to do like the whole um, thing earlier, but I didn't get to send any of that stuff. So we got so because we got diapers for Baby, and we got
Oh,
the
nice.
the medallions from Buddha. Sent us some medallions, and we were looking at them earlier, and they're really beautiful. In Lakota Cheyenne way, we have
Yeah,
our
for
own
real.
medallions too. They're beaded, and sometimes you put a little mirror in the very center, and that keeps purity intact and wards off people's bad intentions. And he had explained earlier in the program, like the idea behind the medallions that we were gifted. Um, and it's funny because Toddy, she follows Buddhism and different Eastern thoughts, and I read about 3 books on Buddhism when I was a teenager in my early 20s, um, and met different people. I met a Buddhist monk came to our house one time when I was a kid, and with my great grandfather Frank Fool's Crow, and so like, and here's the other one that came in, and this is like a bluish cobalt blue color, and for us that represents understanding. Um, and I'll have to read up more on what they mean according to Buddha, um, and his gracious gifts. But yeah, we got a whole bunch of diapers here from the Honest Company. So like a bunch of that stuff, and like a whole box, right? And so we feel like that gift, that graciousness, that gift that you all, Andrew, Buddha, Dr. Setyan, Kano, and Dave and Crow, like in our brotherhood, we're in our Lakota Cheyenne way. the giveaway is a big part of release and healing. Um, so like we got like items like this, this is like for baby. It's like for the bathtub and a whole bunch of like more diapers and wipes, and so definitely feel like it's a giveaway. And then also they want it to be really generous to us, but I had suggested that, well, if we're gonna do somewhat of a giveaway, and later on down the road we'll have like a hunka ceremony with Andrew, Crow, Buddha, Dave, and Kano's already in brotherhood with you all. Wanted to also invite Tara and Buddha out to South Dakota when we have the ceremony, and also have the meal, and the meal is a big part of it too. But I had Buddha wanted to do something really sweet, so I had my cousin. Um, she has blackout quilting. I don't know how I'm doing this. So, okay, there we go. So she made these quilts, really beautiful quilts, and I will. There's John Trudell in the background. Um, so like she made this just really fast. As soon as I asked her to, she rendered it. And then there's a couple more that we have for giveaways. So we got a total of 4. There's like a brown one, and then like the 4 colors of light of the Lakota. So there's those. And then we drive around a Sprinter van on tour, and Buddha like sent us this solar pack because I was talking to everybody about how we as Native people and Indigenous people, we should try to make as small of a footprint as possible. So and there's some other items. The mat's on its way; it didn't arrive yet. So I feel like that graciousness is really key to building these relationships, and it's all in honor of the brotherhood that you all share. From Dave to Kano to Andrew to Crow, and it all starts with Buddha and Tara also. But for me, what I wanted to share a little bit about that was whenever you gift something, so like whether you make it yourself or if you offer an artist to make something for you, it like was kind of a big part of our economy a long time ago. So the artisan, the actual person gifting, people receiving, all those 3 people went through a healing process. Um, so like the artisan, they would be gifted or be rendered some support and make them happy and help them keep their wheels turning. And the person that is sponsoring the giveaway, in this case, your whole Spirit Nation collective, collaborative of all the work that you guys do together, would be like the sponsor people that are receiving, like Tatiana, Lovela, and myself, and Wachbe and Welby, Ethan, my older children. So we would be like a part of that greater consciousness receiving. So from us receiving a
So
gift that would
family.
make us feel good, of course, yeah. And then the sponsorship though is anytime you have any grief, resent, sorrow, grief, frustration, animosity, the moment you give something away, it just turns into something positive. And so all of those things that you had inside you, making somebody happy,
Yep.
literally absolves all of that. And that's why they say the power of giving is the most absolute level of feeling spiritual, right? And that's that generosity, and it's one of our Lakota values, but also to feel grateful. And to get to that
Yeah, you
level, you
gotta
have to be
plant
strong and courageous
before you
first.
receive, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You gotta
Thank you,
plant
Dave.
before you receive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Scotty,
that's
I'm
kind
so
of
honored to be here Go ahead.
Hmm.
Finish your thought there. It's kind of you were
Yeah.
saying.
So for me, I suggested that Buddha, Andrew, Chano, yourself, Crow, and Dave, that you guys would you know, get together and purchase these quilts, because instead of us receiving two, I wanted every one of these quilts to go to a spiritual leader or spiritual helper in my community and on the Navajo Nation too. So Toddy has picked two elders to receive quilts that are medicine women down in Navajo Nation, and I picked two people up here in South Dakota, North Dakota, to receive quilts too. One of my uncles and one of my aunties. So all four of these people that are each receiving a quilt also help people. So it's not just about us receiving all of the gifts, it's about how we too could extend that circle. So whenever you have the relationship rendered, the whole idea is to grow that circle, and so that everybody will be two things, accountable and responsible. And I think that's the
Yeah,
key
I think
that
that's
we're
something
missing today.
that can be worked out, you know.
Hmm. Yeah. So for me, that's kind of where I'm at, and I know I explained it the other day in depth to Andrew and Kano. So if I left anything out, go ahead and remind me, and I could put that back in there. I just wanted to share
Well,
that.
speaking of
I know.
reminding, I'm certain that we have family and friends that are watching and that will show this and view this. Any suggestions and guidance, of course, that's how we move along and learn things. Clandestine Live, myself, from my heart, I'm very, honored
Mhm.
as well. But it's enlightening that we just created a global healing event. We streamed for a couple hours. We're going to continue to launch content. We had a lot of friends help out with this.
That's
All
right.
right. And again, you're not going to invoice your way to changing the world. We have a chance right now to change things. So we're asking decision makers like the leaders to listen to those wisdom keepers, the ones we're providing these quilts to and blankets and provisions, if you will, because it's time to go ahead and get closer to the heart.
Mhm.
Feel what you're
Exactly.
feeling as you're sitting and provide information and education, but decisions that help people. So, man, I'm so grateful you guide us this way and you've come into this place with us, Scotty. And Palamia,
Uh-huh.
thank you very much,
Yeah.
respectfully, sir. We're going to rock and roll. We got a lot to rock and roll
Okay.
about, right? So, what do you have to say
Yeah.
about rock and roll? I don't know.
Um,
Yeah,
God gave
man.
rock and
See,
roll
you're so
to
humble, dude.
you.
He's a rock star. Check this out, guys. He keeps like looking to the side. He's like Prince, dude. He can play all the stuff, dude. He's all humble.
I
Right.
Oh man, that's a huge compliment. I'm not worthy, right?
Oh, shucks.
Oh shucks, I know.
Well, man.
I just can't get over.
Oh,
I
mother. What's the rest of
I
that?
just can't get over how cool Crow's hair is, man. I used to have hair just like that a few years ago, but
It's flowing
you
as the
know.
wind.
So
Hey, my
Yeah.
fan's
I know,
not
right?
on. Someone's getting fired around here.
I know. Where's
Turn
the
the fan
fans
on.
and smoke
We
machine?
need the
Goodness
smoke machine
gracious.
and fan. He look even better.
Yeah, I have a relative that
Well, man.
used to be in the band Brûlé, and he used to have these two fans, and
Oh
he looked
yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
epic,
Yeah,
you
we
know.
jammed with
Wait,
him.
if I'm
Moses.
Brûlé, I have to stand different
Yeah.
if I'm in Brûlé. I'm standing like I'm clandestine right now, I'm all like this. But if you're
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Brûlé,
there
dude,
you
you
go.
better stand like this.
Yeah,
You better
they're
show some
badass.
reverence, dude. He's like orchestrating stuff. He's not just jamming, Like,
Mhm.
better show some reverence and learn
Uh-huh.
those dance steps too,
Yeah.
man. Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
man, shout out.
so I
There's so many talented First Nations artists, right? Can you name a few friends and shout
really,
out, suggest some
um,
listening to people, man?
um, so
You got
Friends of Caesar
some
Romero.
advice?
Uh,
Caesar Romero.
I don't
Oh,
know.
of course.
Friends of
Man.
Caesar Romero.
For
They
us,
used to
that's
be
way
called the
back, but
Redmen.
for real, check him out.
Yeah. Friends of Caesar Romero. They used to be called the Redmen. Johnny Miller, Jay Whalen. It's like one of my favorite songwriters. locally, one of my cousins, Santi Witt. And he could sit down and write you a song in like 5 minutes and come completely from the heart. There's
Dang.
just so many.
Wow.
My dad's relative, Buddy Red Bull. I got to play with Buddy Red Bull when I was a kid, 13 years old, and I did 3 shows with him 3 different times, and he was just so powerful. I don't know if you guys heard of him, but he was like a
Oh yeah.
reservation superstar here. But Floyd Westerman, I got to jam with him a few times, and people didn't know he was a musician first, right? Before he became Ten Bears, you know.
And I learned chords
So,
from that guy.
yeah,
Thank you,
and
Floyd.
Keith Sokola. I mean, you guys all know Keith. Um,
Right.
John Trudell.
Wild Band
John
Aid.
Trudell. John was so humble that he didn't even talk about how he was friends with Jim Morrison. I'm not sure, and he was also friends, right, with George Harrison and Bob Dylan
Well, man,
and
we're invoking
Jackson
this.
Browne.
We're
All these
invoking the help
awesome
of Jim
people.
because
Hmm.
we're talking about
Right.
Jim Morrison all the time, man. Because we're invoking it, dude.
Hmm.
I don't know, this guy named Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey keeps saying it, man, but he stole it. All right. He's
All
Matthew
right.
McConaughey stole it from Jim
All
Morrison.
He just got
right.
nervous.
Dave's stealing it back, man. Say it, Dave. Come on, give it
All
to us.
right.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Clandestine live.
You know,
Be a
but
whole
back,
lot
like you
cooler
said,
if you did.
John Trudell was humble, and I saw him speak. And we performed with him in Santa Fe, but sometimes speaking to him personally, that's when I realized, man, he literally defined what a lot of the things I was thinking in my head, things I had learned and
Yeah.
listened to. As an
Well,
adult, he helped me
well,
define that.
yeah.
And graffiti, man.
Yeah, and I
Graffiti,
knew
man.
John for a few years, and right before he died, we got really close. And he'd look around as he was talking to you, and he'd look down. And then if he felt like he wanted to make his point, or if you just weren't effing listening, he'd look right at you, you know what I mean? And just like really, when he would do that, it felt like he was looking at just at your soul, It's like, oh yeah, I'm here, I feel it, And so he had like this powerful way of just being himself. It didn't even really matter what he was saying, it was how he was saying it, And I think that's the beauty of balance. And I know Buddha talked about unity and peace and purity earlier with his gifting. And I think that's what we need to focus on is, and John said that, he's like, my generation, we were pissed off, but your generation, you need to do it with love. Honestly, that's going to be tough, but you need to figure out how to do that, is what he said.
Yes, I
and he said
do,
that to
right?
me at a
We will
concert
rise.
in Austin, Texas. Yeah. So he is so powerful.
Well, and
But
when I say we,
you
it's
guys,
all of us, the nation, the world.
Exactly. And I remember being on tour with Indigenous
So
and
thanks
just
for
being a
bringing us
kid.
to that point, too. Unity and balance is very important. That's what we've embraced. Every rehearsal, every song that we've written was about giving the other guy the credence to understand. In that moment when you're in the van or you're hanging out with somebody, your family, if you're feeling annoyed with the next guy, chances are he's feeling annoyed with you.
It's mutual.
Oh, that's right.
Being a band teaches you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
It's,
man, I want to thank you again, Scotty. We have my sister Kathy rolling in here with
Fry bread.
carnitas,
Oh, my stomach is
man.
going.
beef, and all these things.
Yeah.
We've got fresh cut vegetables,
Oh, my
man.
goodness.
Because you talked about having a feast one day together, and
Almost.
I see it really close in our future. And
Yeah.
we'll sit down at the
Well,
table.
let me
We'll break
ask
bread.
Andrew. Andrew, did I forget something? Because I knew
Yes, it will
we
be
had
almond
that.
flour bread. Sorry.
Okay. There you go. And did you guys have any other comments before I go about anything?
I will always have
Thank you,
comments
goddamn.
about, man.
I don't
gee
know, man.
whiz, bro.
My food's
yeah.
getting cold.
No, one thing I wanted to talk about, Scotty, though, before we leave is balance, man. Like you said, right? Balance and keeping.
Sure.
So as our guys started out, I want to thank everyone that has helped us get to where we are. You're one of those people. Our family, I've heard rumors about all these things that our relatives have done in the United States of America, and relatives meaning everyone. All of us living
Sure.
here on North America, we owe it to our grandfathers, our grandmothers, our mothers and fathers, fathers on Father's Day, to show peace, to feel peace, right? And if you can't provide nourishment for your own soul, it's really hard to share that. So please, and you're an example, Scotty, of people in my mind, and I've reached a place where I think I can say I can view someone that's enlightened, and I would ask a lot of people to research, listen to Scotty's music, watch his Facebook, follow, like, and share. It's important. You're getting ready to go out and do a protest. You're going to make a sign. Well, before you do that, hit like on Scotti Clifford's page. Hit like on Clandestine Live. Hit like on,
Operation Peace.
Levi Platero. Look all these Native American musicians up, because we don't have a Motown. We don't have no... we were directly told by Hollywood many times, many years ago, and we've changed that by natural belief, by popular belief, as Nako and Clandestine and Scotty fill and sell out huge venues, and we sell records all over the planet. It's now, we've proved them wrong, Dave. They told us it was non-marketable. Well, guess what, folks? We're about to market it. We have been marketing it. That's why I go to my voice like this, because we already did it, Scotty. Thank you for surviving. Folks, do your research. Native American music, First Nations music, Buffy St. Marie. Can you hear that name? Come on, man. Love lifts us up. Love lifts us up. Buffy wrote that, man. Right? Watch the movie Rumble.
I love that song.
Get a hold of us. You can direct message Scotty right now. Is anyone hitting your inbox? Man, I can't even believe it if they're not. I'll be doing that in a second.
Actually, there's
where do I download that song? Tell us now. Sales now. Where do I download that song, Scotty? Come on. You got hits, man.
There's a bunch of people up here in the corner that it's just coming through. So we actually have people following us.
Yeah, there it is.
That's how it goes.
There you have it. Yeah.
To ask a question really quick before we do go, is I said, yes, the bread will be almond flour, referring to what Kano said when he said we're going to break bread. But as I said that, because of the delay, you were asking me a question, and I kind of accidentally. So do you remember what that question was?
Sorry. I was just asking if I had left anything out from the other day, because I know we had a really good conversation. Any points that
reminds
I'm not
me.
making?
We're going to do a full-length... actually, Scotty, we're going to do a full-length video and some content on education on what the giveaway is. We'll put some history to that. We'll even have our colleagues, historians, and our wisdom keepers talk to us. And we want to give reverence to it. I keep using that word because they hit a volt in my body, as you will, as I watch that movie and realized, man, every man and woman on this continent has paid a price to be here. As we wake up in the morning, we all individuals deserve to wake up happy, like we were discussing, Scotty. Let's show by example, man, and guide us with music, entertainment, songs, arts, music.
Of course.
Man, that's where it's at. That's my language. So much love, my friend and relative.
Exactly. And Dr. Setyan, I think he commented on that earlier about how every native should be a millionaire, right? Because we have those resources, Louise Cobell, she discovered, that our money needs to be rendered back to us for the land that we sit upon. I mean, we are probably some of the wealthiest people on the planet, but we have been led astray, of course, because of the systemic patterns, right? So, and those are the things we need to change. And if we can unify, yeah, there you go. So if we
Man, I
can
think
continue
I-
to unify,
I think I'm pretty much a millionaire right now after this.
I don't know.
After
I-
this show,
I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
play it back to hear
I
what
got
you
a
said because you
boat
said
and a
millionaire,
plane, millions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
millionaire,
I'm talking
right? So
gold,
if you are a
2 grand,
native person,
Yeah.
look to us for
Bitcoins,
opulence, man. We're showing that
cryptocurrency.
example, man. We're just getting crazy here,
What's those
Scotty.
like,
Scotty, we're gonna have to
Spanish
pull us off,
blooms,
dude. They're about to give us the cane,
rubies.
dude. We have to say goodnight.
All kinds of things.
We are
Okay.
hurting in
Am I
our
rich?
soul, but
What?
we're gonna come back. We are gonna say goodnight tonight. Scotty, come back with us, if
Uh-huh.
you will, with a full episode. We've
Full-
got some
full-
education
full
to
steam
give,
ahead,
I
guys.
think, man. Full
Let's
steam
do it.
ahead, yeah.
All
Can we
right.
get an okay on this
Sure.
episode now, Scotty?
Okay.
I heard it. You heard it here, folks.
Again,
We
man,
got
I'm
it on
always
tape.
high volume, dude. You said millionaire, and I
Right.
know my aunties, grandmas, all our elders deserve
Well, I'm Scrooge
to see
McDuck
opulence.
rich now, so let's
That's
go.
right. Count the money, baby.
Let's go swim in those gold coins.
They started gaming. It's time to override all this stuff and make sure people share and have a good time. Man. Emergency response,
Well,
clandestine live, global healing with Scotti Clifford.
right,
Ladies
man.
and gentlemen, give it up one more time for
Alright.
Scotti Clifford.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
deserve
got
to have a
this
good
one.
time, man.
Live.
We're blowing it up over here, man. We're exploding everything in energy,
Millions.
intent,
Millions.
beauty, billions. Yes, energy,
Uh-huh.
much love. Scotti Clifford, we'll see you next time very shortly. Look out, we're going to continue to drop content, and we'll use this voice because I mean business.
We got more content.
Business!
We got more
What?
episodes.
What?
Table talk
Clandestine
episodes.
Live, global healing. If you don't feel healed, something's wrong with you, man.
feeling
Get out from under the
something.
rock. OperationPeaceProject.org.
More content coming.
We'll see
We
you
got-
next
we
time.
got
Clandestine
podcasts,
Live, all night long.
conversations.
Clandestine Live.
We got
Good
music.
night. Global healing.
Global. Heal yourself.